What is going on, my YouTube friends and all my Patreon friends? How are we all living today? I have been very low energy, not quite feeling myself for a couple days. So I thought an interview... Oh, my mic is really low. Hold on. Our friend Robert Shields sent me a mini documentary, Judith Hill, Back in Time, behind the scenes at Paisley Park. And I had a lot of fun, man. I've actually gone out and requested the Judith Hill live song that I watched, and I'm right now remembering that there's others on that live that I have to watch too. So it might be a little bit of a Judith Hill week this week. Let me get in this camera. Can you tell it's my first video in a little bit? Good enough. You can see my wrinkly shirt. I'm going to have the link to this in the description box. I would love if y'all are going and checking this out as well and giving them another stream. Judith Hill is obviously fabulous. I don't need to tell y'all. And let's watch this, man. I'm excited to find out. Drink. Sounds cold.
Judith? Is that Judith Hill?
Yes, what is it?
Did you forget the access code?
Locked me out. Can't believe it.
Who locked you out?
Prince, he locked me out and it's freezing. It's like 1,000,000 degrees below zero out here.
Why'd he lock you outside?
I don't know, it's so crazy.
Because he's Prince.
Just imagine him laughing somewhere.
Exactly.
Bad times out of sight.
Oh, no way. So, what's his name? I've reacted to him a few times. Neon something, right? You can tell by the sock and the upside down bass. Sweet, man. This is going to be a vibe. I didn't know we were getting music too. Acrylic drum kit. I got to turn my speakers up.
I grew up in a very...
Did y'all hear how distorted that was, y'all? I'm not going to guess at what compressor they're using on the drum kit, but that was all room mics.
I grew up in a very soul, funk-driven community. My mom, she's a classical pianist from Japan. She loved American music. She loved soul music. And my dad is a funk bass player. It was really cool to see mom...
Mono Neon, that's it. She's going to talk about him right now.
Soul music. And my dad is a funk bass player. It was really cool to see mom and dad always making music.
Mom and dad's
just
fair enough.
Part of life. That was normal to me.
Telling you that you're not what you can see. Everything else is what you're born to be.
Hear that clap?
Became duet partner for Michael Jackson. After that, I became a background singer for Stevie Wonder. Then I performed as a contestant on The Voice. And then 20 Feet from Stardom, the documentary came out and became an Oscar-winning and Grammy-winning documentary.
Wow.
Everything happened for a reason. It happened exactly when it needed to happen, and now I'm here with the record, and it's time for it.
You know what's wild? Like, if it wasn't for my friend Betty, shout out to Betty, I hope you watch this, I would not know who Judith Hill was until, like, these requests. I think Monty started the first one. And, like, what a resume. Just to, like, kind of blip through there. Even just, like, being able to make a joke. I'm sure the timing was more fine or whatever. But, like, to be able to make a joke or, like, open the documentary with kind of, like, Prince locked me out. Like, that is wild. Subtly, that is kind of a crazy flex, isn't it? I can't say that. No one would take me seriously.
When it needed to happen, and now I'm here with the record, and it's time for it.
It's trying to go by. Bad times out of sight.
So I did an interview on TV, and one of their questions was, who is your dream collaboration? And I said, Prince. 2 weeks later, he reached out and personally called me. I say hello, and he says, Judith. And I knew instantly that it was really him, and I was kind of...
Wow. It's in the voice. I talked to one of my idols, David Bendeth, and his voice came through my speakers, and it wasn't an interview. You could tell it's him because the voice, y'all. If you don't know David Bendeth's voice, it's worth checking out.
And I knew instantly that it was really him, and I was kind of like...
Just the one looking like the fire in my eyes.
The main connection that we had was when I was invited to come to Paisley and jam with him.
Stars are jumping out the sky. I say, hey, oh, I'm on that love trip. I'm
He listened back to the stuff and he's like, this stuff's really good. I'd love to record it. I always loved Prince, and I just admired how he was able to popularize the funk.
Hang on 1 second. Can we try, just try the vocals, just the 3 voices, just sing them out a little bit.
The thing that was exciting about recording here was that it was an analog record.
Cool.
He always says, your voice is an analog voice.
That's important to know. Okay, so they're doing this like Prince style too. So this is a Telefunken 257 in the control room, y'all. That's what Prince did too. And I don't think Prince used headphones. I think Prince had to find a way, and their engineers had to find a way to give him playback speakers, like monitors out loud, and just deal with it. Like either lean into it, or maybe they would phase it out. I don't know what they did, but like she's doing this from like a Prince approach here. And the analog thing, man, like that's really complimentary, I would say, because there's a lot of great vocalists who sound fine, like in the digital modern world that's happening. But some people, man, like, I mean, I built this whole channel basically talking about equipment and like gear, and it serves a purpose, man. There's an artistic piece to it that is filled with equipment sometimes. It won't give you the performance, but my God, it'll capture it better than a lot of other situations. And an analog console, man, is the dream, right? Like, especially a full, I think that's an SSL desk. Might be a Focusrite. I mix them up all the time. But yeah, like that's probably the correct answer, especially coming from someone whose like opinion is it's Prince. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
It's classic soul with some funk. It's like a time machine. It's like me traveling back into an era of music that I truly loved.
And what's neat about that is like you can hear it, right? The snare drum is so big and beefy, but it didn't have to be. They did it like that because they had the opportunity to, and it fits the vibe more, right? Because like bit rate alone for the capture is so much higher today that analog equipment is kind of making like a resurgence because we're starting to realize how dope it all is, right? And you can hear the harmonics and like I'm using it's a plugin, but an SSL emulation right now. It's got a channel strip on my voice, right? And like that's just, it's neat. It's really neat, man. Like this is a really cool doc.
It's like a time machine. It's like me traveling back into an era of music that I truly love.
And they're doing it true to form is what I was getting at. That was my kind of ADHD point there. They're doing it true to form. It's just, it is going to sound different to a sense because there's a higher bit rate, there's a higher capture rate today. But it's neat. Like they're staying true to it. She wants to do kind of like something inspired from an era, and they're doing it the way, or similar to the way they would have done it in that era, right?
Prince would come in and he'd get on the drums or on the bass. Everything was just fun, like, let's jam. And the jams ended up being the record.
How cool.
It's like a family when you just lock in and there's the magic there.
I wonder if they did record a lot of it live off the floor. That would be interesting. Because, oh man, I hope I'm not losing you all on this. So when you're singing into like a Shure SM57, any Shure mic, really, they only have so many capsules. They just kind of change the application of it. But like this mic, the 7B, is just like a bigger 57, right? So she can walk around with that confidently and she can sing into that. And like the bleed is going to be very limited, especially if she's right up close to it and she's the source. Because you can kind of gain them down and you're not picking up as much of like the ambience of the room. And even to the extent where she can hold on to the microphone and the recording probably still sounds great. There's plenty of examples of people holding onto 7Bs, like holding them in their hands, recording vocals for their record, and like you can't tell, right? It's just neat. It's understanding the equipment and the tools you're using to get the performance you want, right?
It's been a long time coming. This is the final day. This is the day that I've been waiting for since I was a little girl, to finally release my record. It is the first statement to who I am as an artist.
Very cool.
Everything is very unexpected now. And it's exciting that way. I'm learning to live in the moment.
I don't even know what that mic is. I think it's stereo. I think it's a stereo mic. It's got 2 capsules in it. But like, again, retro, vintage, right?
And it's exciting that way. I'm learning to live in the moment.
I hope and pray you will remember.
Wow.
One day it's gonna be alright. And your heartache ain't gonna last forever. After the midnight cry comes the morning light. Baby, you've been through the fire, but baby, you're the fighter. When all is said and done, a change is gonna come. I need you to cry, cry a little bit longer.
It sounds so good, man. Like the mic itself has a compression, like a dynamic and a distortion to it. I don't think they're adding that. I don't think that's a preamp. I think that's the mic clipping. And it's just that it's that vintage feel. Like we've heard that sound. It doesn't like it distorts way more in the like 60s and 70s and maybe 50s when they use those mics. It would represent that distortion way more. And we can talk about that another time. But like it's true. It's so true to what they're up to. And like it's killer. But then it's got limitations. It doesn't have all the like top sizzly stuff that like a brand new modern microphone would, right? But again, it's for the mood. Like it's part of the musicianship now. It's an instrument, right?
I need you to cry, cry a little bit longer. I need you to try to get back. Whatever comes your way, cry a little bit longer. I feel like the long day of the soul, but tomorrow's a new day.
See, like right at the break in her voice, the mic itself, I'm pretty sure it's the mic distorts too. Like it's just so impactful.
Tomorrow's a new day.
Give me that PRS. All right.
Maybe they did things to spite you, but only two wrongs make a right to fools. When all is said and done, a change is gonna come. A change is gonna, if only you cry.
Did they sneak a key change in there too? They went down so she could go up? Nice.
Change is gonna, if only you cry.
Wow.
I need you to try, get by. I know you're suffering, all been long, but I bet you now, make it strong. If you cry.
Bass sounds nice.
Cry, yeah.
Mix is fabulous, y'all. Like, if we, I'll try to be real quick about this. There's like only a few measures at a time where each musician kind of steps out, and even during the leads a little bit earlier in the section, like this is a straight up like solo section, but earlier in some of the fill stuff that during I think the chorus sections, the guitar steps out, it steps back, the horns are loud, even like sometimes like competing with the vocal, right? But they're like musicians giving elbows, they're stepping out and giving you a performance, right? If it was all just this like one level pad behind the vocal, then it would get boring after a while, right? But you need musicians kind of fighting their way to the front, and then someone else gets in front, and then now that made room for the next one to get in front. Like they keep trading places up at the for like attention, right? It's beautiful. Great snare sound too. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, what a flex. She got to push Prince out of room for like the skit. Like, there's 3 people maybe in the world that get to do that, right? 2 of them related to Prince, I'm assuming, and Judith Hill. That, like, wow, man, wow. Sweet jacket too, bro. Fire, y'all. Wow, man. Super cool. Like I say, I'm honestly disappointed that I didn't know of or know more about Judith Hill until like recently. Because like, what a talent and what a resume, you know, for Prince to just like call you personally on your phone and play along with like the skits and stuff. Like she basically brought receipts for the intro, right? Anyways, y'all, this has been a blast. I appreciate this one. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to go and start doing the other lives off the one that I forgot about. Let me know if there's any others that I got to do. You can join the Discord or comment down below here and let me know which ones. Don't forget to go check this one out and give it another stream. Like and subscribe here, all that YouTube stuff. And we'll see you on the next one.